This episode has been brought to you by Fornos Law Firm, devoted to optimizing your legal results at fornoslaw.com.
Welcome to Push Rim Life After Injury podcast for January 17th, 2013, episode 21. Special guest, Janette and Knudson. I'm Ray Pizarro.
I'm Boris Delcit.
And I'm Richard Bow.
We'd like to welcome our audience once again for being part of the show. And yes, we made it through the holidays and we're back.
Happy New Year.
In full effect.
Yeah, hungover over.
That's right. So today we brought along our a good friend of ours that's doing a lot of great work in our spinal cord injury community and just a all-around great person. Janette, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys.
Hey, hey.
Hi, Janette.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So we're going to kick off and maybe let our audience know a little bit about yourself, you know, your injury and things that you're currently into, if you don't mind.
Okay, well, I was injured 20 years ago in a car accident. I rolled my car off the I-5 and broke my neck at level C6-7. You may tell by my accent that I'm not from here. I didn't have a lot of family here.
I couldn't even tell.
And so I kind of had to get on the fast track to independence. I had been a mother full-time before. I was married, and my daughter was 3.5 at the time of the accident. She was in the car. It was a miracle that she was not injured.
Wow.
Put your kids in the back, in the middle, with a car seat. I mean, there was a fatality in my car, and she didn't have a scratch on her. So that was the first good thing that came out of this. After rehab, I decided to not go back and live with my husband because of personal problems. And I kind of find myself, not really knowing what to do. A wonderful lady called Mary Williams, approached me in my hospital room and offered me a chance to go into her program, which was called New Start Homes. And there was another part of that was called Restart Your Life. And, 6 months after that, I moved into my own apartment and my daughter moved with me a month after that. And I've raised her, ever since then. I got into going back to school. I didn't have any college education. And while she was in school, I started to take a couple of classes, which fed me into social welfare, a sociology program. And I did some internships in the community with troubled kids, with gang people, and that sounds weird, gang people.
Richard.
Well, they're people too.
Yeah. But when I had to do a year's internship, and I ended up going back to New Start Homes as an intern, and they kind of started me in a program that they called their independence training program, which I really blossomed at and I really enjoyed. And after that, they hired me, as an independence trainer. Unfortunately, Mary Williams had to sell the company and it was taken over by Care Meridian. And I still work for them as a social worker and add some of the independence training stuff that I, have learned to be part of. And that leads me into the next phase for Mary Williams and her daughter, Sean Welch, was they started a foundation called Freedom to Live, which helps institutionalized quadriplegics get back into the community and learn how to run their lives again and just get back on the bike.
And so you're still associated with that new program, right?
I'm working, but the social work for Care Meridian is supplements my income, but my passion is with Freedom to Live and really helping people.
Awesome.
So,
Now, Freedom to Live is a nonprofit organization.
yes.
So you depend on, not you, but Freedom to Live, FTL for short,
Yeah,
depends on donations from individuals, right?
Yeah, and we've had a couple of major fundraisers, and luckily Sean Welch was a triathlete and has a lot of connections with challenged athletes and the whole athletic community. And we had an amazing fundraiser last year that really got us on our feet and allowed us to open a new a new home for these quadriplegics to get out of institutions.
Now, I got two quick questions. Can you expound on what is an institutionalized quadriplegic or an institutionalized person?
Well, I'm talking about high level C3 for, individuals that have no upper body movement at all and are usually on ventilators or need a ventilator at least some of the day to maintain their lives. A lot of times they are transported. The family don't think they can take care of them. They end up in nursing homes or subacute facilities where they are just warehoused basically. And without meeting the right social worker or getting the information, they don't realize that there are opportunities for them to live independently in the community and not be a burden on their families.
So that's what you mean by institutionalized. They're living in an institution that provides, the care that the family cannot, provide.
Well, for us, I think it means something totally different.
That's correct. That's why I asked, what does that mean? So, yeah, I hear what you're saying, Richard. Exactly my same, train of thought. And then my second question was, how does freedom to live help these individuals?
Well, we can provide in the beginning, subsidized housing to allow them to get out. And we also have a team of people that work with them on learning to budget again and to navigate the governmental systems and the income that is available to them, but nobody's going to come and tell them, oh, you could apply for this or you might qualify for that.
Absolutely.
So we have people on the team that are knowledgeable about various, monies that are available. And so when they move into a place, it's like moving into their own home, and it's a shared, they have roommates and they have to work out all the details of living together, and what goes along with that. And, they work with a home health agency and they learn how to hire caregivers and to make sure that they're covered. And most of our applicants need 24-hour care.
Now, in-home supported services, are they also able to use that program to be able to live in the facilities?
Absolutely. They need to. That is part of it. And, part of it is working out how much they're going to need nursing care or just IHSS workers. And they have to come to a happy balance where they're comfortable.
Good. Now, as far as the facility goes, there's only one right now. Are you guys looking, is the foundation looking to expand and open more up, or is this just like the first start?
There are lots of things in the works. And eventually, hopefully, we will be working with another company that are going to help them get in a home that will be their home for long term. This is supposed to be a transitional time, but there's no deadline on, you don't have to be out in 6 months.
Right.
It's a long-term transitional program till people are ready.
Yeah, everyone has their own timeline too, right?
Yeah.
You can't really put everyone on the same track, Wow.
How did the, should I say patients or?
Individuals.
Well, individuals.
Yeah.
How did they respond, when you greet them and tell them, hey, I was in a facility, so many years ago, and they see how independent you are?
Well, one of the things that goes back to my, my professional life where I work with Care Meridian, and I approach individuals as a social worker, and it opens the door talking to them saying that, I was a resident here 20 years ago. And without even saying anything else, they can see that my life has gone on and I've become a professional. And
yeah, that seems like it would be a huge impact.
So it's kind of a nonverbal affirmation for them.
Right on.
So you hold a license as a social worker?
I'm not a license.
Okay.
I'm a BSW social worker.
I see.
So I'm not a counselor. I'm not a therapist.
Okay. Now, I just wanted to make sure that, we knew in what capacity you fit into this. Now, since this really is finding out about you, Janette, your achievement as a professional, as a student, as a professional, as a person, how has that change your life? Being involved with the same people that we are, our fellow, wheelies, as I loosely call it. How does that has changed your life? Has there a perspective that's changed, in terms of how you view yourself, how we view others? I know it's a big thing.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I find that the more I'm involved in the community, in the SEI community, and I get out of myself, the less my problems overwhelm me. It's not all about me. Beautiful. There are other people out there that have problems also. And when we're together, I mean, we have all known each other for a while, and we support each other. And even if it's not something that we do on a regular basis, I know that I have a community of support behind me.
Absolutely.
And I like to share that and pass that on. We've been doing that with Triumph Foundation. I've been very active with Triumph also. And one of the things I do with Freedom to Live and at Care Meridian is that I help pull these resources together so that people know where to go. And, it's like, and the thing that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
right.
Some people respond better than others. Right. And sometimes the seed that gets planted at the beginning, it may take them 5 years and they hit a bottom and then they're like, oh, there was that organization or there was that woman. And I've had people come back to me several years later and say, now I'm ready.
Yeah, that's your job too, partially, is to, give it a little water too, to make the seed grow into something and kind of push people along. I've noticed that sometimes you need to crack the whip sometimes and be like, okay, you've been thinking long enough. Let's start doing something now. I mean, in a nice way, you don't want to force it on no one, but it seems like a little push here and there helps a lot.
Absolutely. You can call me a few times and whine about your problems and everything. But if you're not willing to change something and take a step in the right direction, I'm going to go to someone that does want the help.
Right.
So.
Well, the part I want to emphasize also is the fact that you are a professional, and this became post-injury. So you were able to, surpass all those mental obstacles that we all, face after injury and decide, well, I have a family, a daughter to support. When did you make that decision to go back to college and go on with your life?
I remember thinking when she started kindergarten and started going off to school that I might have a lot of time on my hands to dwell on my injury and my problems. And I wasn't that far away from Pierce College. And I kind of started to make the inquiries into, well, can I take a couple of classes? And it really was at first, it was just, well, I'm interested in this. I'll take a class in this. And then when I got close to being able to get an AA degree and talk about transfer into another university, it was like, really, I could maybe do something with this. I'm kind of good at it. It's nice to go to an institution, to a school or something, and to do the work and think, I hadn't had any college education beforehand. So I didn't really know that. And, I feel I was at a good age to really get something out of that. And being around a child, you're never right. So going to school and doing the work and then actually having a grade on a paper that says, you were right.
Yeah.
That was kind of good too.
Yeah. Some nice validation.
I think it was a good example for my daughter also because we used to do homework together and she used to try and depend on me a little bit too much. And I go, I got homework. It's got my name on it.
Right.
So we used to do things together. And now she's 24 and she's at San Jose State University and she does remember a lot of those things and she does, talk about me and have some pride in how I handle things. So
I'm sure mom feels good about that. She did her part and she just, now she could see her daughter, grow up to be a beautiful person and with a career and all that good stuff.
We used to do, I remember when she was in junior high and I had someone who used to pick her up in the morning and drop her off. And then I used to do the afternoon, carpool run. And I'd pick up a bunch of kids and drive them. And I'd always say, well, did you tell your mom that I'm, disabled and I use a wheelchair and I drive? And everyone's just like, why? Why would we tell them? And I was just thinking that some parents might be like, she's driving my child. But,
this is what these series are about in terms of, interviewing our peers, is the fact that we can surpass our mental blocks, and be back to, productive individuals in the community. And the fact that you're doing this within our community, your services are being rendered and utilized by our community, is remarkable. I believe that is absolutely something that all our audience will appreciate.
And it is wonderful. I love it. When I get up in the morning and I get to go out there and help people. There's not a better feeling than that. There's not a better feeling.
Win-win all the way around. You're helping people. You feel good because you're, out there doing your job. So, I mean, works all the way around.
One of the hurdles I had to get over was starting to work and earning money. And then is that going to mess with my benefits?
Right.
And, it's a big question for a lot of people out there. And so by experience, I went through that process. So now I can encourage people. Yeah, you want to get a little job? Yeah, you can earn this. Yeah, you can. You can still have Medi-Cal.
Shortly, you being in this field, a professional in the field, let's say somebody wants to get back to work. What can they expect to lose or to retain? Or tell us a little bit about that.
There's a fabulous website called db101.org, that tells you all about benefits, and I send people there. But there are definitely ways where you can make substantial amount of money and, still keep benefits and still keep things like IHSS and Medi-Cal.
How about Medicare?
Medicare doesn't really care. I mean, it's part of Social Security. That's a whole different, that's not so much income based. Medi-Cal is where you have to be really careful because that is income based and there are definitely tighter parameters.
Now that we touched that, Medi-Cal is the state of California.
Yeah.
Is Freedom to Live a California-based program organization, or does it reach out anywhere in the United States?
At this time, we're strictly Southern California.
Strictly Southern California. Okay, so for those individuals out there that are watching this that are not from the state, it is for California for now. But
yeah, and one of the things that we're looking into is that there are pockets of programs like this across the nation, and we want to try and connect with them and find out how they're doing things and what's worked for them. And so hopefully soon there will be more networking and information about how it works in other states.
Let's say somebody from Texas wants to ask a question. Can they still also, go onto your website and leave an email or something, that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Inquiries and stuff. Now, to be able to file application on your website, there is a place there where you can apply for application, or would it be better for them to just call and gather information?
I believe that there's somewhere on the website.
Okay.
I'm not looking at it right now.
Okay.
And I don't know if our contact numbers are on there, but.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to give the website is called Freedom to Live, all in one word, .org, which is our, featured, website for this episode. So freedomtolive.org. Please visit it.
That's right. That's still one of our, our website of the day. So, Janette, is there anything you want to share also? Maybe talk a little bit of what TRIUMPH does and how you're how that incorporates into, of course, your job and bringing in resources and stuff like that when you meet new people in hospitals?
Well, working with Andrew Skinner, and it's really funny because having been injured 20 years and always being part of the peer community, I watch some of these people be in the hospital and develop. And, I've known Andy since he was in Northridge Hospital. And so it's just, that's one of it's not my success story, but it's another example of what can be done if people get the right support and hook into the community. So.
And that's beautiful, because that's what we're trying to share that to people, that there is life after injury as our logo on our website and our statement mission is to let people know that, once you look at someone else's triumphs and goals they've reached, you break all those mental barriers that you put on yourself, because you're so isolated at first. You don't You don't know too many people in chairs.
You're not born with the information. You're not. Another thing that I do a lot now is that I go with people when they're having wheelchair evaluations, their initial wheelchair evaluation.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because they will get put in the wrong. My biggest peeve is people that need power wheelchairs and they make them in those big high up ones. You can't get under a desk or a table. You're even more isolated from going out in the community.
Yeah.
So the first thing I say is you want the lowest floor to seat height that you can get. So just even little things like that will help somebody adapt better.
And have independence, right? Because if you can't come up and eat your food at a restaurant, you're like, now how I can eat my food, right?
Where were you when I got injured? I got it.
I like that. See?
But,
I'm going to also, one of my goals is to kind of have my own website. I'm going to go, I think it's going to be called Adapt Your Life. And I want to have my own, some of my program things, some of the things that I've worked out. When I was in school, I came up with, a little program of sessions for people called, This Is Your Life. And it was your in capital letters. Because one of the things that happens when you can get, even if you're not institutionalized, you can get into a kind of a victim mode and that people are going to take care of me. And,
pity.
And not even so much the pity, but just that, someone else is going to take care of that and I'm going to be taken care of for the rest of my life. And I just want to say it's your life. You need to get involved. You need to know about your injury. You need to know. And so Adapt Your Life is kind of where I'm going to go next. So
I'm glad to hear that. And I'm going to throw something out there to the, rest of the co-founders here. This year we just had a great, push drive. We raised monies, needed to, do the projects that we're trying to do. And one of them is trying to become a nonprofit also. We've already, have, state, tax-free status.
That's great.
But we're going for the 501c3. And, I'd like to take that opportunity to say to those people who have contributed, thank you very much for all have you've done. And
we have our faithful out there.
Absolutely.
Pull through for us at the end. So
part of the 501c3, the purpose that we have is also to give, individuals like you who have, some type of idea, access to do that. So when you come up with your plan of how do you do that, maybe we can
have you back.
Have you back and extend that invitation so you can do that.
And absolutely. And of course, when I deal with individuals, I tell them, go to Push Rim.
Thank you very much. We're here to serve.
And especially when people don't know about a certain thing and I might not have the answer, I go, put it up on Push Rim.
Absolutely.
Somebody
Just
might tap into it. You never know. You have Facebook. That's another good social media. This is more targeted for just SCI and friends and family that live the life. So it's a great forum for that. And we thank you for your support and being an active member on there. You got to get on there a little more so we're up to like about 1,600 plus members now. It's growing every day, but it's just a wonderful thing to see other people make connections that they get so much out of and changes their life really. Just happen into one resource. Hey, thank you for that. I'm glad you put that up. I didn't have no idea that it existed, and that goes a long way.
And I know that Andrew always talks about, you join the club that nobody wants to join, but now you're a member, you know.
That's right.
It's community.
That's right.
And I don't think, we talk about this a lot, but if I could change things, if I could do it differently, or the opportunities and the experiences that I've had since my spinal cord injury, I don't know if I'd want to give that up.
Or you would have had the chance to have them.
But, the highs have been really great. It sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it ain't easy. But I've had the opportunity to meet wonderful people and to do great things. And it's just, I don't know if I would ever give that up.
God bless you for that. That's
Absolutely.
great. Well, in closing and wrapping, we're gonna
go around.
Well, we're getting close here to our time limit, which we have right now.
Closing.
No, yes.
Because that's how you were gonna wrap.
No. I can't do that. Bees in the trap. Start my beatboxing routine. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so Janette, you have anywhere people could maybe contact you directly, or email or Facebook or anything like that if people want to, say hi or ask any questions?
I am on Facebook and I am on Pushrim.
Good. Okay, just type in Janette and she should be able to pop up
with a J.
With a J.
That's right. Yes. Rich?
Yeah, you know where to find us. YouTube. All you do is type in Club Pushrim in the search bar and we should pop right up.
And then for, regular Pushrim connections, go to pushrim.com.
That's right. And also on iTunes for you guys on the go, want to, put us in your ear out working out or driving somewhere, go to iTunes. Just do a search for Pushrim and you could download all our episodes there. And if you want to get in contact with us for any questions and stuff, you could reach us at info@pushrim.com for any questions, show suggestions, topics, or even in-studio guests or organizations that might want to be part of the show. That'd be great. We'd love to have you guys on. So in that, we want to once again thank Janette for being with us, and we'll have her again in the future with other great resources for us.
Mm-hmm. I got one more thing.
Please.
T-shirt campaign.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
We have, we launched our little mini t-shirt campaign for you guys who, are not, aware of it. Just log into Pushrim.
There were only mini t-shirts. There's no extra large.
Yeah, there's double X actually.
They have double X.
We were able to accommodate that. And we're going to bring the girly tees too, probably next month for you ladies out there that like the little mini tees for the summer. But I know it's kind of chilly out to wear them, but nevertheless, we'll be putting out another blast for you guys to be able. We only put a 25 limit, so there's only about, I don't know.
3 left. I don't know.
Yeah, they're getting low, so the proceeds go to Pushrim to be able to bring you guys more content and create more new, exciting things to come. So feel free to
25
check us
limit
out.
means minimum. We need to sell 25 minimum to be
able to ship them out. Right.
If we sell 26, yeah,
that's bonus.
So we need to sell at least 25, and it's all going to pushrim.com.
That's right. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll catch you guys on our next episode.
Thank you, everybody.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Liverpool, Chelsea.